Hello and welcome, passionate Pisces. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com, and I'm here to do your April tarot astrology. Well, there is a lot happening in the world at the moment in April 2020. For you, there's sort of a bit of a pull towards what's happening more in your inner life. So you have Mars in the 12th house all month, and that's likely to fill you with I want to say the word excitement about your spirituality. So you may be having flashes, like clairvoyant flashes, if you're so inclined, or maybe just little thoughts in the daytime that you catch. If you're paying attention to what goes on in your own head, you might catch little feelings or thoughts about things that could be clairvoyant. There could be dreams, very vivid dreams about what's going on, because, with coronavirus, COVID-19, there's a lot of dislocation in society at the moment and lots of change. Humanity is having a reset at the moment. So you might be, while all that's going on out there, you might be feeling this pull to concentrate more on your inner life, and that's a really good thing, by the way. Okay, so let's have a look at your horoscope. If you haven't joined me before, I do a bit of a combo of astrology, tarot and psychic channeling. Excuse me. So let's have a look at the board now, and first thing I'll do is draw some cards, which will be the theme for the month. So we're going to have two themes, the beginning of the month and the end of the month. The first half of the month we're doing for passionate Pisces. That one just literally flew out. So I'm just going to close my eyes now. It's like a bird, isn't it? Flying high in the sky. Now, the sky is the sky of mind. This is what goes on in your head. Often does go with the Suite of Swords, but not always. But, you could be craving freedom in April, and it might be hard to get. So you'll have to come up with some out-of-the-box ideas about how to feel free. Maybe you're in isolation or something. Okay, so we do have swords here. And it's the Two of Swords. Now, this is the one that literally flew out like a bird. The thing about this particular energy is, swords are great for classifying, making decisions, analysing a situation, and you can cut right through all of the rubbish and get to the core of the matter with a sword, the sword of truth. But here in the background, you'll see there's two sort of reflections or ghosts or shadows. So this is telling you to be aware that every decision you make in the beginning of April, first half, could be influenced by these ghosts from the past. So just be aware that we all do it. Every time we, make a decision, we're all coming from our own experience, what's happened to us, in this lifetime and previous lifetimes. So we're all doing it, but this is telling you to be aware that you're doing it, that something from the past might be clouding your perception of the situation at the moment, okay? So you might be searching for freedom when really the situation that you're in is free, but it doesn't feel like freedom, if that makes sense. Okay, because freedom is something that comes from within. So I think of Nelson Mandela in prison all of those years, and that got him in touch with his spirituality more. So he became free, a free man, because he was going within and relying on that energy rather than, I think it was 34 years or 30 something years anyway. It was a very long time. It must have been dreadful for him. So my point is that spirituality can set you free. Okay, let's look at the second half of the month, passionate Pisces, and see what we come up with, I'm going to go for that one there underneath that's hiding. All right, so closing my eyes now. I'm still focused on 2, the number 2. I see two ladders. I see the peace symbol. I see some coins. Okay, so transformation and peace. And ladders are about ascending in consciousness. As you climb up a ladder, you're going higher and higher in vibration. Okay, and eventually you're going to get to the top and you're going to get where you're going. Okay, and we come up with the 4 of Wands. Okay, sorry, got a tickly throat. 4 of Wands. Okay, this is time for you to take a bit of a reward. You'll see here she's got grapes. This is the harvest. So, you know, time to have a bit of fun if you can somehow. And maybe spend some money or buy yourself something nice. And take the harvest, because you've been working or you've been doing something and now it's paying off. Okay, so there's this aqua color in the background, which aqua is expression of your heart's desires. These 4 baseball bats are forming a window. So this is a window of opportunity that you have. And there's also these leaves that are growing on the baseball bats. Baseball bats are about taking some action, and the leaves are about growth and opportunity. And this is Wands, so you could be feeling very motivated and inspired to set out on something new, and you see an opportunity, so grab it with both hands in the second half of the month. All right, let's have a look at your astro now. I mentioned before about Mars here in your 12th house, and Venus is going into your 4th house of home and family, and this is on the 4th of the month. Okay, so this is bringing a lot of attention to your home and family, and you may find that even though all of this stuff's going on in the outside world, that, you know, any family issues could be resolved peacefully. There's a lot of harmony, a lot of consideration for each other. Things go more smoothly in the home. You could also beautify and decorate your home, because Venus loves beautiful things and she loves to spend money too. So just, yeah, do be aware of that. But she loves beauty, so she wants the home to be a beautiful place, and also the garden, or, you know, outside the home. And so it's just about beauty and harmony and peace, so that your home becomes a sanctuary to your family. And if you're in Australia, well, you're probably not having visitors at the moment, because we're not allowed to, basically. So they've tightened up the rules. You can, if you go out, you can only, you know, have a maximum of 2 people in a group. And all of these rules about everything. It's just better to stay home. It's safer for a start. So 8th sees a full moon in your 8th house here, up here. This brings up things about other people's money and also possibly intimacy. The 8th house is also about taboo subjects, sex, and a full moon brings up stuff out of your subconscious to deal with, and it's for release and healing. Okay, so that stuff comes up, you deal with it, and you know, then you move on. Other people's money could be things like taxes. It could be your 401k or superannuation. It could be a loan for a home or a car or something like that. It could be a government handout, okay? But there's some issue with it. Maybe you know it's coming, but it's late. You're expecting it on the such and such date, and you can appreciate, I mean, in Australia, I keep referring to Australia. I don't know everybody else's rules, of course. But, you know, the government's offering packages all the time. Well, you know, one package is 6 million Australians are going to get that package. I think it's $1,500 or something like that. It's going to take time to process. So this could bring up things where you're worried you're not going to get it, but you are going to get it. It's just taking time. and there's something around it. So maybe it's teaching you patience, or teaching you not to be so anxious or fearful. You might feel the fear coming up, and then make the fear your friend, so that you can part ways, because in a harmonious way. So if you make the fear your friend, there's a lot of power and energy there. So talk to it and let it express itself, because it'll lose its power as you communicate with it, and then it'll change into something else. So it'll go from fear into something else. So you'll be free of it then. The 12th sees Mercury joining the Sun in the second house down here. Okay, Mercury moving from your sign into the second house, lots of communications about money. Now, you see here we've got the second here, and opposite we've got the 8th. So this is here, the Sun is here until the 20th, so that means awareness and insight, but it can also bring happiness. So there is a fair bit going on about your money. So I'm just going to write here, I should have written it, I didn't think about it. Focus on dollars, because second and 8th house is pointing to your financial situation. Okay, so 20th of the Sun then moves into the 3rd. So by towards the end of the month, things should be getting easier or better, because the Sun then is in your house of communications, publishing, business. Businesses, can do fairly well when there's some positive influences in the 3rd house. Siblings, and also your local community. And you've already got Uranus there, and here on the 23rd is a new moon. So new starts. If you're thinking of a new business, or thinking about a campaign or promotional marketing, that's likely to go well. So the new moon is here in the 3rd, not in the 1st. That's crossed out. I couldn't find any white out. I don't even know if they make it anymore, to be quite honest. So yeah, new moon in the 3rd, not in the 1st. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's have a look now at what the tarot says. And I'm going to pick a card, or draw a card, for every week of the month. And I know there's not 5 weeks in April, but there's a few days at the end. So let's go with the first week and see what we can get. I'm going to go with that card there. Closing my eyes. I get the colour grey straight away. So it depends on how you feel about the colour grey. I don't really like it, because when I was at school we had to wear grey. It was so boring and awful. It was ridiculous. So to me it's very bland and grey, like a grey sky, and sort of depressing. But to you might think it looks very smart. Some people, think it's very fashionable. I don't know how. So what else can I see? Okay, I see somebody hitting a drum, and they're saying march to the beat of a different drum. Okay, so what that says to me is you might be feeling jaded in your life at the moment, or it's boring, or it's mundane routine, and you've got to step out of that and do something different, something unique, something that is quintessentially you, and something creative. Okay, let's see. All right, so we've got the 4 of Cups here. This has got some quite good energy for relationships. If you're looking for a relationship, see, this woman is standing on top of a red rose. So she might be looking for a relationship, but there's also white roses here. Roses are usually about love. When they're white, it's a spiritual love, and when they're red, it's like a human sort of mature love between two people. But there's different aspects of love here. The gold is reminiscent of the solar plexus. This is all about self-achievement, self-worth, confidence, self-esteem, goal setting and achievement, that sort of thing, and also fatherhood energy. And it's the beneficial father, it's the generous father, it's the father that helps you out. She's also wearing green, which is also about opportunity as well, and the heart chakra. So that's the first week. Looking now at the second week of April for passionate Pisces. Seeing what, oh, I can feel that one underneath. I see a brick wall and I see it tumbling down. So I feel like, yeah, there might be some physical things, you know, that have been restricting you in some way, but this is more about a brick wall that you yourself have put up to the world and it's tumbling down. And so you're more able in April to be able to show yourself, and people will like what they see. And with that, we have the Sun. This is a beautiful card, all about your insight, your awareness, your warmth, your generosity, people seeing you for who you are, the glow, you know, that's almost like they can see the glow. This is also, yeah, insight, your intuition. Sun is usually thought to be like a masculine type of energy. So when I say the word intuition, I don't mean in a feminine sense, but more about the practicality of seeing things as they are. Okay, it's more grounded than that. Okay, so that's beautiful. Let's have a look at the third week of the month for you, passionate Pisces. I'm going with that one, closing my eyes. Okay, I saw this in the last reading I did with, which was from Aquarius, I think it was, or maybe it was Sag. Anyway, I see a guitar, playing a guitar. That's all about you playing the song of your life. Okay, you compose the song. You've got the instrument, which is like the karma that you've come in with. You've been given an instrument to play. But you compose a song and you play it, and the timing's up to you, the spacing of the notes, you know, it's all up to you. So it's up to you to interpret the music of your life. Okay, and we come up with the Queen of Swords. Well, this is interesting. We did talk about swords before. This woman can be absolutely ruthless. See, she's chopped somebody's head off there. And it's about, you'll see she's sitting on a diamond, and diamonds are created by heat and pressure. So she's been through a lot to get to this stage. Chopping somebody's head off is like they say something and then something just flies out of your mouth and you've got the instant and perfect retort for what they've said. You've got the answer and it comes out of your mouth so fast you haven't even had time to think about it. And the swords, as I said, swords are about your thinking, and it's like it happens very fast and it's like it's automatic. The only issue here, and like the King of Swords, is that you need to run what you say through a human heart, your heart, because you need a bit of compassion. Otherwise, you know, we're going to get this situation. There are times when this is useful, but really, most of the time we can afford to be kinder than that. And, occasionally you might have to go to this level, but yeah, try and be kind. Yeah. So she's a very astute, smart, clever woman who gets her own way. She knows what she wants, and maybe you've been hurt in the past, so a bit of this won't hurt you, balance you up a bit. Okay, so looking at the fourth week of the month for passionate Pisces, I'm going to go with that one there. Closing my eyes now. I've got the sense of diamonds, like a string of diamonds and a string of pearls. So something very precious that's been through heat and pressure, and then we have something valuable, and then we have the pearls, and that's about what you speak, the pearls of wisdom that come out of your mouth. Okay. And we come up with wands, and this is the Seven of Wands, which is all about taking action and defending yourself. Okay, so it's a fiery energy, and you will fight if you have to. The red bra is all about action, taking action, and also these baseball bats. So that's the 4th week, and it's more or less like saying, no, I'm not going to let you walk all over me. So look at what's happening here. We've got this woman that can absolutely run rings around anyone who wants to argue with her, and this woman who's defending herself. So just be careful the middle of the month. I don't even know if careful's the right word. That's probably not even, it's probably too strong. Because I don't think this is a terrible thing. I think this is a thing of you saying, no, it's not going to happen. I'm not a doormat, and I'm not here, to allow you to walk all over me. I'm just not going to allow it. It's like put your hand up and say no. And the last few days of the month, it's about defining your boundaries, okay? Last few days of the month for passionate Pisces. Okay, I can't get on to that yet because I've still got to talk about this. Defining your boundaries, because you are passionate and you're a Pisces and you flow with the river and with the emotions, sometimes your boundaries are a bit porous. So people kind of edge their way into your space or into your soul or into your life, and they'll take advantage of you. These cards are telling you not to allow it, okay? Strengthen your boundaries and you'll be fine. All right, last couple of days of the month for passionate Pisces. Go with that one. Closing my eyes now. Okay, what are these shopping bags in front of me? I'm getting two things. I'm getting something around money, like money could be coming to you, but I'm also getting something around food and celebrations. Okay, depending what country you're in. If you're in Australia, that food and celebrations with other people is not a good idea at the moment. We come up with, it's about money. Okay, so 8 of Pentacles. This is about you earning money from your own craftsmanship. So it can be creativity or something you do with your hands. This also has a very spiritual energy. So when you're earning the money, it's like you're earning it because that's what your heart is telling you. So you're creating something wonderful, and people appreciate it and they're prepared to pay. If you've had issues with money, the end of the month with this, it's likely that you can work or do something to alleviate money, because there's, you've got 8 Pentacles right up the side of the card. Okay, so we've got 4 of Cups, the Sun, Swords, Wands, and Pentacles. Pretty balanced spread there, and the Sun, that's the only major arcana. And yes, money, fiery energy, emotions, and thinking. So you're looking at all of the realms, dealing with all of the realms of energy in April. Okay, so let's just have a look now in spirit, see what I can see. All right, so I'm looking at some weights on a chain, and they're about to fall off. So some burdens that you've sort of being connected to are about to be taken off your shoulders, that's actually like a relief. Again, I feel like this is money coming to you. It could be a government handout or something like that, or perhaps other people's money somehow makes its way to you and it's a relief. So that's good news. And actually I see also a lot of chains around your left wrists, and I see those gradually falling off. So they don't fall off straight away, but little by little they do fall off. So it's like, again, a big sense of relief. Something about your heart chakra, like your heart is free, your heart is opening up, and you can step out of the box and feel more free in yourself, even if you're at home. Okay, it's just that you've got time to deal with your situation, and then it all starts to make sense. Because at the moment it's all a bit surreal, and it's happened very quickly, and all our lives have changed like that so quickly, and now we've got to pay catch up to really, understand what's going to happen and, what we're doing. Yeah, I see sacrifice here. I can see a cross in the sky. So there's a spiritual sacrifice involved, but there's also, for you, passionate Pisces, there's also a reward coming. So try not to be, concerned or worried, okay, because there are some really good silver linings that you're going to get in April. I see a tree here, which is you or your family tree, and it's growing in new soil. Okay, well, I hope you found that helpful. Please give it a like if you have, and let me know how you're getting on. Leave me a comment. I do answer them, and also share this, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and have a very insightful month. Okay, thanks again for watching, and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.